Hey Leo, what's up? We are here with a timeless reading. Welcome. The first card that we have out is Queen of Pentacles. The second card is Five of Cups. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, Five of Cups is dealing with something in our personal life, and it can be something that is a bit difficult to deal with. This can be like personal losses, personal disappointments. This can also be like where you expect things to be, stuff being different than that. I'm kind of seeing it in a way like Queen of Pentacles would be if things were feeling more so ideal. Five of Cups is feeling like I know that things could be better, or I know that ideally things would be like this, but maybe that's not what's happening with the Five of Cups. So you can be feeling at a loss, is the vibe that I get from this. Oh, some of you, there's something going on within a relationship. I'm seeing Three of Cups. A social thing, this can be. Trying to figure out the next steps, but you can feel like I'm not ready for that. I'm still processing right now. I almost feel like if you could zoom out, seeing that action technically could be taken, but you can feel very fixated on what isn't happening, what is happening, what isn't happening, but it feels more so from a place of I don't want this to be happening, or I haven't gotten over that this is happening. From a place where there is an emotional conflict with what's going on. So there's that part, and you can feel almost like you can't look away from that, or like you can't focus on anything else except for that. And then also seeing Two of Wands and Knight of Cups feels like there could be something that's happening here, like a plan could be made to do something, to figure something out, but you can feel like I can't even begin to do that because I'm just so focused on this thing over here that I can't really pay attention to anything else right now. You can feel like you just your attention keeps going back to this. Interesting. Okay. Having the Sun and then also having Nine of Swords, this can be a challenging combination because Sun brings that illumination and light to things. But what is it bringing illumination and light to? Nine of Swords can be the stuff that you're scared of. So this can be bringing fears to light. It's kind of where freedom and liberation and even joy and fun, because the Sun is connected with that, enjoyment, expression, carefree, meets the part of you with Nine of Swords that can be feeling like there are imminent threats or just having a difficult time mentally with stuff. When we have the Nine of Swords, this is the anxieties that we have, the worries, the worst case scenarios that we're worried about, that we're thinking about. And I actually feel like the Sun is coming through to sort of brighten that up a bit. But in a way, I almost feel like Sun is about having fun, and then having Nine of Swords, like, is there some type of weariness about having fun? Is there some type of weariness about self-expression? It's almost like feeling scared of a smile. I kind of get that feeling from it, but it's because of something that's going on personally for you, like a personal concern, a personal worry, a personal fear, connected with a plan, connected with what's unfolding, connected with the next steps of things, with what's happening next. So there can be a very big personal concern that you're experiencing. Simultaneously, you can feel like stuff is coming to light. So you can feel like I'm becoming aware of things things that feel important to me, and this is stuff that you can know it's good that I'm becoming aware of these things. At the same time, you can be becoming aware of feelings and thoughts that feel difficult to experience, especially because of the heaviness, because there can be feelings of disappointment, feelings of fear, feelings of worry, especially connected with what's happening next, with what happens from here. Having Sun and having Nine of Swords, I do get a feeling of like something that you may not want seen, or something that you may not want exposed, or maybe something that it almost feels like shying away from the Sun, which would be shying away from expression, shying away from exposure, shying away from awareness of some sort, or something being brought to attention. Because I almost get this feeling of, it's weird because it feels contradictory. When we see the Sun, we see it as a very welcoming card, because what comes along with the Sun is fun and joy, it just enjoyment in general, and that sense of liberation and freedom, and just like swinging around and having fun. So having Nine of Swords be the response to that is a kind of a strange thing to see, because it's almost like, let's say when the Sun comes through, there's a feeling of warmth and peace. Having Nine of Swords is like scared of that for some reason, or like, oh no, what's gonna happen, or like a worry. But it's weird because when the Sun hits you, there's that feeling, like it's actually a good thing. But before the Sun actually hits you, there can be a concern that that's not gonna be the experience for some reason. So I feel like this is a difference between like something good is actually coming through when we see the Sun here, like something good is coming to find you, but it's thinking that like a monster is coming to find you instead, is the feeling that I get from this. Because see how this Sun is just bright and showing up, and this card is about the joy. And having this Nine of Swords, it's like for some reason that's terrifying. See how the Nine of Swords is crouched over like that? Like the Sun is coming through, like we're gonna bring the light. I wonder maybe too if this is polarities meeting, because now that I'm holding the cards, I'm seeing the rays of the Sun coming from there, but then the rays from something else are the things that are connecting with you. So maybe the Sun's actually gonna come through and sort of like save you from whatever this is that's creeping up. Like the most easy way of saying this is, it feels kind of like being in a dark room and feeling scared about being in the dark room, and somebody's about to come through and turn the light on, and then you're going to be like, oh, I can see everything now and it's going to be okay. Like this feels like that moment when like you're scared in the dark and somebody comes through and flips the light on, and then you're like, oh, there's nothing to be scared of. I feel like that, actually. And it can be, these can be layers of everything that's being experienced. So but I do get the vibe of being like not knowing if what's entering into the room is going to be something that turns on the light or maybe makes it darker, but it's actually just the Sun that's coming through. So this is something that yeah. But because maybe there's also a fear about what exactly it is that's coming to light as well, and that can be part of this too, like what's being illuminated, because that sun is connected with consciousness and awareness, and having the Nine of Swords there is, if the shadow was wanting to keep things covered up and the Sun is coming through, like those things are going to then be exposed, like they're not going to be hidden anymore. And so that happening can feel a bit maybe abrasive because the sun is very bright. Because I'm seeing the sun be connected with Knight of Cups, which means that this is going to lead to, this is how I'm feeling, and I'm going to make a move based off of that because I'm aware now of what's going on and needing to follow the lead of not just the sun, but also my heart as well. So this feels like a combination of polarities coming together of your feminine, this is what I'm feeling, masculine, this is how I'm going to take action. But yeah, maybe there's something about self-expression that brings up anxiety. And you're like, well, what's going to happen if I do that then? Like if it's like not being able to mask this part of yourself because it's coming out and it is just this part of yourself. But then having the Knight of Swords is like, what's going to happen if I do that then? Like, what's going to happen if I tell the truth? What's going to happen for me within my personal life? A plan, something being said, something being communicated. Maybe there's also something too about disappointment that's connected with this. Like if you express yourself, I wonder if there's going to be some type of disappointment, and that can be the fear, that can be the worry. Especially too if something needs to be said as well. And what's going to happen then? Because I'm kind of seeing this like Five of Cups looks like it's looking at you. And so if you're saying like, this is where I am on a personal level, because this is going to be some type of personal expression that's being made. It's something going on in your personal life. So this will affect that realm for you, those areas of your life. There can be somebody that maybe you feel like is going to be disappointed about what it is that you have to say, even though you can say like, this is me and this is me showing up in a way that is aligned with my authenticity. There can be how is that going to be received? But also too, I feel like there's some type of self-disappointment here, or some type of loss, or a fear of loss. Let's clarify this. Five of Cups. You can feel too like you're trying your best right now to show up and to take care of yourself and do what you need to do. I wonder if somebody's going to feel a type of way about that. I wonder if this Five of Cups is also somebody else. Interesting. Five of Cups being clarified by Six of Pentacles. This can be not wanting to lose something that you feel like benefits you. Not wanting to disappoint, maybe a situation where you're showing up and involved in some type of relationship or exchange. Agreement even. Contract, whether it be like subtle or blatant. Something about a lack of reciprocity even. Or something that wasn't balanced. Exchange that wasn't balanced. Or thinking, I'm going to show up and this is how much I'm putting on my end of the scale, and then somebody coming through and putting what they are putting on their end of the scale, and there being an imbalance with that. Values, things being mismatched with values too. Seeing the Two of Swords, I wonder if there's like more to this that hasn't totally come to light yet. Yeah, seeing Six of Pentacles and seeing Eight of Swords can be about like what's expected of you, and then maybe being like, I don't know if I can come out with that. Like, I don't know, somebody's expecting you to bring like 5 apples with you, maybe you only have 1, and you're like, I can't share that. Maybe something like that that's going on here. It's like a nervousness about showing up and being involved in something where there's that back and forth. Kind of like, if you're going to be involved in this, this is what you have to bring to the table, but there can be some type of issue with that. That's what it feels like. And like, I don't know if there's actually an issue with it or if it's just a perceived issue, because we have Eight of Swords here. So that can be saying that it may not actually be exactly as it's being perceived currently, because it feels like it's being perceived through a lens of anxiety. So this feels like maybe even before seeing something fully unfold, that being the feeling. I wonder too if this is also about knowing naturally what feels right for you to be involved in and what doesn't align with your idea of sort of relationships and values. Meaning, if you're showing up somewhere and somebody's asking things of you that feel like that's not something that I want to give, like I want a different type of experience, or I want a different type of exchange, there can be something about that that's coming up. Like maybe your idea of something is different than another person's idea, and there's something going on with that too. I do, with Sun, Nine of Swords, and King of Swords, this feels like recognizing something that you're feeling and something really that needs to be said, but there can be a lot of anxiety about needing to express this. Something also, too, is that something can come to light about you with Queen of Pentacles here. Let's just say that Queen of Pentacles is you. You can be realizing something, you can be seeing something. This can be something where you're like, okay, well, now I'm aware of that. And in becoming aware of this, having that Five of Cups can be realizing. Maybe this was the point of having Six of Pentacles come up. If you're showing up and you're not showing up in a way that's aligned with your values, and now you're becoming aware of that, there can be like, I'm feeling disappointed in myself. Or like, why did I do that? Or I'm like having a hard time accepting that. There can be things along those lines that are coming up just because of being like, well, this is me when I'm expressing myself in a way that feels true to me. Maybe something else was what was happening, that being brought to light, there being a lot of awareness being brought to this. Then Nine of Swords feels like concerned about what's going to happen moving forward. Like, I wonder too if there was somewhere where maybe you showed up and like you have an idea about how you show up, and then something was brought to light that maybe didn't match your self-image, something along the lines of that. And so you can look at that and be like, I hate that that happened, or like all whatever feelings it is that you have about that, and then being like, maybe there's something next that you would need to be involved in, and then there's a like, what if that happens again? Like, I don't want to experience this again. And it can maybe like be the deterring thing from moving forward and taking the next steps, and needing to sort of work through that and figure out how to move in a way that's aligned with how you want to be showing up, and this be how you're sort of stepping into that part of yourself that you feel like is, I think, aligned with the roles that you perceive yourself in. So rather than doing something and it lacking merit, and you're like giving yourself some type of title, but then you're not showing up and doing those things, this feels like you're moving into a place where you're becoming aware that, like, if you want to be perceived as the King of Pentacles or perceived in a particular type of role, you're going to have to do the things that are sort of in the requirements of you taking on that title and playing that role. And I'm seeing this be an illumination that's connected with your, it's like the line that connects your feminine and your masculine earth energy. This does look like a conversation that is connected. For some of you, there are 2 people involved. For some of you, there are 3 people involved. For some of you, there are even 4 people involved in this, loosely. I do see something about a concern about a move that needs to be made, specifically from a place that feels very genuine, aligned with what one is feeling. Yeah, I do get this again, there being some type of disappointment about, I think this has to do with expectations. And for those of you that a relationship is involved in this feels like these energies are sort of counterparts for the sake of this reading anyway. There's like somebody that you're having an exchange with, and I'm definitely seeing like one person show up and the other person showing up, and there being something that's being worked out between these energies that is having to be addressed now. But I'm also seeing too this conflict being helpful to shape proper action moving forward. So instead of like repeating things, that acting in ways that don't fully align, I think with self-perception, this is helping to shape things so that there can be an alignment with self-perception and action that's being taken. And then this brings about awareness and gives energy, puts energy into what the next steps are meant to be. It feels like it illuminates the next steps upon the path. Yeah. Okay. I do feel like there was some type of conflict, especially like emotional disappointment, something like that was communicated. And also to anxiety coming up, or worries or fears coming up about the next steps of things too. And maybe also how to seize opportunity, and maybe wanting to do that like the right way. And I think all around a delving deeper into maybe some stuff that there wasn't awareness, and now awareness is being brought to that. So there can be like uncovered feelings and emotions and just stuff being exposed, and then also exploring new territory too. I'm seeing this be part of it. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.